For over a decade, Adam and I wove a life together, stitched with threads of quiet comfort and familiar routines. But beneath the surface, shadows lingered, waiting to unravel everything we thought we knew, yet hidden beneath the calm surface. A tempest was brewing that neither of us could anticipate. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a deceptive glow in our living room, Adam took my hands, his eyes filled with a mix of anxiety and resolve. He was about to unveil a truth that could shatter everything we built together. His proposal shattered my understanding of love and trust, leaving me reeling in a whirlwind of confusion and heartache, as it was both shocking and utterly unexpected. What could drive a man to request something so unfathomable? In 1970, the air thickens with the scent of transformation, echoing through the walls of our modest suburban home. Where secrets linger and hearts tremble, I'm Lily, a 32-year-old woman with eyes that have seen the depths of love and loss, and hair that mirrors the vibrant hues of autumn leaves. My heart aches for you, Adam. My husband is a 35-year-old man. His strong jawline and piercing gaze often leave me breathless. Then there's Rex, our German shepherd, whose fur mirrors the shadows of our hidden truths, ever loyal and unwavering. As I sink into the living room, pen poised, ready to unravel the threads of our shared existence, the sun slips through the curtains, casting long, haunting shadows. Our lives were a fragile weave of ordinary moments, stitched together with love and the sting of unexpected conflict. Yet, hidden within this seemingly mundane fabric were threads of unspoken desire that would ultimately unravel our love. It wasn't the events of the day that struck me, but the haunting look in Adam's eyes when he walked through the door, look that shattered everything I thought I knew. That day is etched in my memory, vivid and haunting. In our relationship, he was always the strong one, the steady anchor. But that night, everything changed. His hands trembled as he dropped the keys onto the kitchen counter. The calm facade he usually wore cracking under the weight of unspoken emotions. Lily, I have to tell you something that might seem odd, he murmured, his voice barely above her whisper. The weight of the moment slipped away, yet my heart raced with a mix of dread and longing. Adam, what have you done? Even as the storm raged inside me, I spoke with unwavering resolve. He took a deep breath, his gaze locked onto mine, searching for forgiveness or perhaps a glimmer of empathy. I've been reflecting on us and the life we've built, and it hits me hard that I crave something that could change everything. His words hung in the air, suffocating and thick, as if they had stolen every breath, leaving the room a prison of despair. I stood there, heart pounding, as my mind spiraled through every possibility. But nothing could have braced me for his words. His voice trembled, a fragile whisper that cut through the silence. I want you to be with someone else. The silence stretched, heavy with unspoken truths, a bittersweet ache lingering in the air. The impact hit me hard, leaving me breathless. I stood frozen, his desperate words crashing over me like waves, my heart aching as I struggled to comprehend. Alongside the suggestion, it carried whispers of betrayal, longing, and a flicker of love. Why was my voice all I could muster, trembling with pain and confusion? Adam looked away, his heart heavy, as he faced Rex, who lay at his feet, ears alert, as if sensing the weight of the confession hanging in the air. I believe this could be our salvation, he said, his voice trembling with a mix of hope and desperation. I hope it can bring back the thrill and passion that slipped away from us. As I tried to grasp his motives, the world around me spun in confusion. Here was my husband, the man I had vowed to love forever, suggesting that I should give myself to another. It cut deep into the heart of what we shared, shattering the promises we once held dear. As I gripped my pen, I prepared to unveil a tale that will leave you breathless. It's a tale of love's deceit and an unusual plea that will leave you questioning the very nature of human connections. What could drive a man to request something so unfathomable? In the tangled web of longing and unvoiced struggles, one discovers the lengths to which a heart will stretch to salvage a crumbling love. This is more than just a story of betrayal or a simple romance. It's about the silence that screams, the longing that aches, waiting for the perfect moment to break free. It's about the choices we face when everything changes, the paths we take when familiarity suffocates, and the hidden truths that bind us, even as they threaten to tear us apart. It started like any other day, but the air was thick with unspoken words and hidden truths. As I stood in the kitchen, the scent of breakfast filled the air, but my heart felt heavy. Adam sat nearby, absorbed in the newspaper, his coffee steaming beside him. Oblivious to the storm brewing within me, at my feet stood Rex, his tail flicking with anticipation, a reminder of the sweetness that once filled our moments together. The morning sun cast a warm glow through the curtains, yet beneath the surface, a storm brewed, filled with unspoken words and hidden betrayals. Recently, Adam had grown distant, lost in a world that felt like it no longer included me. His eyes, often lost in a painful reverie. I tried to convince myself it was just work stress, but with each passing day, his actions grew more unsettling. That evening, as we lingered in the living room after supper, his gaze pierced through me, fear mingled with a fierce resolve, leaving my heart racing. I've been reflecting on what we had, on the love we shared, he murmured, his voice heavy with regret. Lily, my heart aches for you. My heart raced as I set the book aside, the weight of betrayal heavy in the air. Would he finally confess to his betrayal? Or would he instead choose to end it all with a divorce? Adam, what about us? I asked, my voice trembling despite my efforts to stay calm. He shifted in his chair, his gaze drifting to the carpet before returning to me, a storm of unspoken words swirling between us. I feel a deep emptiness between us, as if we've let something precious slip through our fingers. I nodded, the ache of familiarity cutting deep. The thrill that once ignited our love had dimmed, leaving only shadows of what we once shared. The air crackled with unspoken truths. And I finally admitted the ache that mirrored yours, with his. Hands tightly intertwined, Adam took a shaky breath, feeling the weight of his heartache. I've been searching for answers, trying to find a way to bring back that spark. And I've stumbled upon a conclusion that feels both strange and heartbreaking. My heart pounded with a blend of longing and despair, each beat echoing the pain of trust shattered. Adam, what kind of thoughts are you hiding? He hesitated, searching for a flicker of denial in my gaze. Perhaps exploring intimacy with another could awaken the feelings we once shared. It might bring back the spark and thrill that slipped through our fingers. Everything around us faded, leaving only the aching space between our hearts as the room spun in disarray. Each word he uttered pierced my heart, leaving me reeling in disbelief. Are you really okay with me being with someone else? With whispers laced in deceit, I spoke. Absolutely. His voice turned firm, as if he had crossed an invisible line within his heart. Perhaps it's a way to find each other again, to see the love that once burned bright, now flickering in the shadows of doubt. His plea cuts deep, unraveling everything we once held dear. It transcended mere physical intimacy. It all hinges on trust, the fragile foundation of what we once shared. Do you really think this will help us? My voice trembled with disbelief, a desperate ache for answers woven through every word. Adam nodded, his expression heavy with unspoken pain. Some have found happiness in its embrace, holding onto what we cherish while exploring the depths of our connection matters more than letting go. I stood up and walked back and forth, my heart racing with a storm of feelings crashing within me. It was a bold, almost forbidden idea, yet a secret part of me thrilled at the thought of breaking free from the monotony. Was it all worth the pain? Can our love survive this heart-wrenching trial? Rex rose and pressed against my leg, sensing the weight of my heartache. Amidst the chaos in my mind, his presence offered a fleeting comfort. It's more than just reigniting the thrill, Adam. It's about the promises we made and the trust we shattered. How can we protect what we share from being shattered? He stood up and walked towards me, his hands enveloping mine with a gentle touch that sent shivers down my spine. We draw the line. Every step whispers secrets untold. If either of us feels a flicker of doubt, we'll end it right there, Lily. Trust is everything. Believe that we can wander apart, only to find our way back, stronger yet shattered. Like a hidden treasure, the idea promised both heartbreak and a chance to begin anew. As I looked into Adam's eyes, I saw more than my husband. I saw a man willing to gamble everything for what we shared. And if I agreed, my voice barely rose above a whisper. Who could this other person be? Adam's gaze unwavering. That you would pick someone else over me, someone who honors our limits, making it easy to share my heart. Even as I grappled with the weight of his words, the clock's relentless ticking filled the silence, each second stretching painfully, echoing the weight of unspoken words and shattered trust. This was a moment to reevaluate our love and confront the painful truths we had been avoiding. But what a heavy cost for the choice I made, a moment where my choice will shape not just our destiny, but the very essence of who we are together. My heart pounded as I took my seat once more, realizing that whatever decision I made, everything between us would change forever. The room was cloaked in shadows, mirroring the uncertainty that lingered within. What was it that Adam was about to reveal that could change everything? The clock ticked away, each sound a painful reminder of what was lost, stretching the silence into an eternity. Adam took a deep breath, his eyes locking onto mine, searching for a truth I was still too blind to see. His voice trembled, barely breaking the silence as he started to speak. I've dreamed of something beautiful I've kept this secret buried deep inside, but I can't hold it back any longer. It's time you know the truth. My heart was pounding, whispers of longing. How could he have such deep fantasies that he felt the need to confess them so seriously, so slowly, and with such weight? It's about longing for you. I've dreamed of something beautiful, yet it feels so fragile. A cold wave of disbelief washed over me as the world spun around. With Rex by my side, my voice quivered as I repeated the words, each one laced with a haunting ache. Yes, he whispered, his gaze a tumultuous blend of longing and fear. I wish he could be yours. His words pierced through the silence, leaving a raw ache in her heart. At first, I was taken aback. Then a wave of dread washed over me, leaving behind a strange, haunting allure. Was this all just a cruel game? A twisted game? Did he truly desire this? I rose, my legs trembling, and approached the window, craving a moment to gather my thoughts. Outside, darkness enveloped everything, and the long shadows cast by the lamps mirrored the turmoil raging within my heart. Adam, this is everything I ever wanted. Yet it feels like a cruel twist of fate. I spoke, my voice trembling with a blend of curiosity and confusion. Why would you want something like that? He lingered close, a fragile tension hanging between us, as if any movement could shatter the unspoken bond we shared. I've been searching for ways to reignite my passion, but it feels like every path leads to heartache. I've found that this kind of meeting can bring a sense of liberation for many couples. Liberating. The word echoed in my mind, clashing with the vivid images his voice painted. Yet with Rex, our loyal friend, how could we ever bridge that gap? Adam's voice trembled with a mix of sorrow and longing as he tried to convey that it wasn't just about Rex. It revolves around the act, the forbidden, and the breaking of trust. It's about us facing something so unexpected that it jolts us back to life, igniting a spark of connection we thought was lost. I gazed at him, searching for a trace of laughter or madness in his eyes. All I saw was a heart laid bare, pleading for understanding amidst the shadows of doubt. Do you really think this will mend what's broken between us? As he pushed us to the edge, his gaze remained fixed ahead, a silent acknowledgement of the pain between us. I'm not sure, but it feels like it could. Lily, it's deeper than mere touch. In the end, it's all about the fragile bond we shared and the dreams we dared to chase side by side. It's more than just what happened. It's about the connection we shared. The walls whispered his betrayal, suffocating the air around them. My heart raced, torn between heartbreak and a dark curiosity. Could this be the key to reigniting what we once had? Was it a path to heartbreak instead? And if I agreed, my voice barely rose above a whisper. How do we even begin to face this together? Hope danced briefly in Adam's eyes. We shared our secrets, laying bare our hearts, only to find ourselves crossing lines we never meant to. It would be a choice, but the weight of it would linger, unspoken and heavy. We would pause if you felt even a hint of discomfort. We ventured into the unknown, hearts racing. But little did I know, betrayal lurked in the shadows. The idea felt foreign, shattering everything I believed about closeness and affection. I hesitated, captivated by the raw vulnerability in Adam's eyes, a glimpse of the man I once knew, now buried beneath layers of time and hurt. I sank onto the couch, my heart pounding as thoughts spiraled in turmoil. Feeling the weight of unspoken words, Rex came closer, resting his head on my lap, his eyes filled with innocence. Pierced through the heaviness of our conversation, a bittersweet reminder of what was lost. Adam, I replied, my voice trembling with hidden pain. This transcends mere exploration of hidden yearnings. It shatters the bond we once cherished and the faith we held dear. We must approach this with the understanding that it is a journey into our own hearts, not just a glimpse into someone else's pain. He grasped my hand tightly and settled beside me, a warmth that felt so right, yet so wrong. Lily, I understand. I would never push you into something that makes you uneasy. This is about us stepping into a future that feels uncertain, where trust hangs by a thread. Once more, the only sounds in the room were Rex's gentle breathing and the relentless ticking of the clock, each tick a reminder of the love that slipped away. This was a moment to reconsider everything we had and confront the painful truth. But what a heavy cost for the choice I made. A moment hangs heavy in the air, where my choice will shape not just our tomorrow, but the very essence of who we are. Together, my heart pounded as I sat there, realizing that whatever decision I made, everything between us would change forever. The room was cloaked in shadows, mirroring the uncertainty that lingered within. What was it that Adam was about to reveal? Something that could change everything? His confession hung between us, heavy and unspoken, a silent question that pierced my heart. Were we truly ready to step into the unknown? And if we dared, would we shatter apart or find the truth within our hearts? Weeks slipped by, and Adam's desperate words lingered, heavy and suffocating. I found myself torn between revulsion and an inexplicable desire to uncover the secrets hidden within him. The silence between us grew heavy, filled with unasked questions, and the weight of unfulfilled longing, turning our conversations into a dance of discomfort. After a painfully silent dinner one evening, Adam approached me with a tenderness that felt heartbreakingly heavy. I know this is asking too much, but I'm desperate for your help, Lily. I need to know if this will bring us closer together or tear us apart forever. Rex lay by the hearth, his tail gently swaying as I turned to meet his gaze, a bittersweet ache swelling in my chest. Despite the dread that gripped me, I was drawn to explore the dark corners of Adam's heart, desperate to uncover if it would bind us closer or tear us apart. Okay, I whispered, my voice trembling with a mix of longing and heartache. I will. Once the decision was taken, everything in our home felt different. Heavy with unspoken words, a haunting thrill coursed through her, mingling with a heavy heart. As anticipation hung in the air, what if I finally gave into Adam's twisted dream? The days that followed blurred together, filled with whispered plans and heavy conversations about what we had become. Adam poured his heart into every detail, meticulously weighing each choice. Yet little did he know that trust would shatter like glass, leaving him to confront the painful truth of betrayal. He longed for something deeper, something real. But the facade was all that remained. It felt like love, but it cut deeper than any knife. We chose a night when the full moon cast an eerie light through our bedroom window, amplifying the tension in the air. Adam had orchestrated every detail, from the soft glow of the lights to ensuring Rex felt comfortable. But beneath the surface, shadows loomed. There was no turning back now. Even though it felt like I was stepping into a haunting dream or a living nightmare, my heart raced as the moment approached, a whirlwind of longing and dread swirling within me. Adam looked at me, his gaze a tumultuous blend of longing and unease. He guided me into a hidden corner, where secrets lingered in the air. He held my hand, his eyes a calm facade. But I could sense the storm brewing beneath. With a soothing voice that eased my anxieties, Adam whispered, "Just tell me if it gets too much for you." Overwhelmed by the weight of the moment, I gave a hesitant nod. This was about vulnerability and exploring the shadows of our hearts, not just the warmth of our bodies. His warmth enveloped me, and I could feel the steady thrum of his heart, a bittersweet reminder of what we once shared. As I sat on the edge of the bed, my fingers brushed against his fur, a bittersweet ache filling the air between us. Adam sat beside me, a bittersweet comfort in the silence that hung between us. His voice wrapped around me like a gentle whisper. But beneath the calm, I felt the weight of unspoken truths as he began to reveal what lay ahead. "Lily, it's about us. About crossing lines together. About experiencing something so unexpected that it could jolt us back to life." The silence enveloped us, broken only by our shallow breaths and the soft thump of Rex's tail, a stark contrast to the storm of emotion swirling within. Adam's hand on my back felt like a whisper of comfort, but it masked the ache of unspoken truths. I slowly began to understand what he meant by freedom, our defiance of norms, the thrill of exploring the forbidden, and the trust we placed in each other meant everything. Overshadowing the act itself, Adam's breath hitched as I approached Rex, our eyes locking in a moment heavy with unspoken feelings. In that fleeting instant, everything else faded away, leaving only the ache of a heart caught in a web of longing and deceit. Adam's gaze held a heavy mix of longing and a strange, tender warmth that pierced through me, a delicate waltz of trust and deception. The moment felt surreal. Adam watched as his face revealed a whirlwind of longing and secrets. This secret longing opened his eyes to a new reality of us, one filled with both hope and heartache. After that, a heavy silence enveloped the room, pierced only by the soft rhythm of our breaths. Adam drew near, wrapping his arms round me with a gentle, almost reverent caress. With a tremor in his voice, he murmured, "Thank you for having faith in me and what we shared." As the weight of our shared moment crashed over me, I nestled closer, seeking solace in the warmth of his body, unaware of the storm brewing beneath the surface. Amidst the uncertainty of our future, an undeniable closeness lingered, as if we had bravely ventured into the abyss hand in hand. We whispered in the dark, our bodies intertwined, hearts pounding with unspoken secrets. As the night unfolded, we shared our deepest thoughts, exploring the weight of our choices and the heartache that followed. We couldn't fully grasp how deeply this experience had changed us, but the signs were unmistakable. I stole a look at Adam, his serene expression hiding the turmoil within. As the first light of dawn crept into the room, will this truly bring us back together? We took a step we never thought possible, Lily. But it's just a step, nothing more. We have to keep moving side by side, despite everything that has happened. What began as a whispered secret blossomed into something profound, a connection that felt electric and raw, yet fragile. As shadows of doubt crept in, we wondered if we had crossed a line, and an unsettling feeling lingered in the air. Now our relationship was a fragile wave, each thread a whisper of longing and the pain of trust shattered. As we step into this uncertain realm, I can't help but wonder if this leap of faith will rekindle the love we once shared, or if it will consume us entirely. The days ahead hold the weight of our choices, and my heart aches with the fear of betrayal lurking in the shadows. As I sit here with pen in hand, I grapple with the tangled web of longing and unvoiced pain, trying to understand how far one might go to reignite a love that feels like it's slipping away. Piecing together the fragments of what we once had, what we shared was rooted in the unspoken, and the desires that lingered just beneath the surface, far more than any act of betrayal or simple infidelity. As I reflect, I wonder if we ever truly found ourselves, or if we simply lost each other in the chaos of our desires, in the choices we face, the paths we take, when familiarity turns stale, and the hidden truths that bind us, even as they threaten to tear us apart. The soft, rhythmic breaths of Rex, coiled up on the floor, filled the quiet house, a bittersweet reminder of the night slipping away Adam had meticulously prepared, capturing every moment with his hidden camera, his heart racing with a mix of anticipation and dread. My heart raced, caught in a whirlwind of curiosity and anxiety, as if I were an actor in a tragic play without a script, bound by an unshakable sense of obligation. Adam's gaze pierced through me as I approached Rex, my hands trembling, caught between a thrill and a shadow of something I couldn't name. Though the act was strange and dreadful, I felt detached, as if I were watching it all unfold from a distance. The room was filled with Rex's soft whimpers, each one a haunting reminder of what was lost, while the camera clicked, capturing moments that would never be the same again. When it was over, an aching emptiness consumed me, a void where my love for Adam once thrived. This shocking event left a deep and haunting impact. The burden of our actions and the silence filled with unspoken doubts pressed down on us, suffocating and raw. With a heavy heart, Adam turned off the camera, each movement laced with unspoken sorrow. He came closer, his fingers brushing against my skin, his gaze probing mine for a hint of comprehension or regret. Did it mean anything at all? Was it? I whispered, grappling with the whirlwind of emotions that threatened to consume me. With a heavy heart, Adam took a deep breath, the weight of unspoken words hanging in the air. Lily, I feel like we've uncovered parts of ourselves that we never wanted to face. The weight of our choices hung in the air, and an icy chill enveloped the room. I turned to face Rex, who had retreated into his corner, his tail still and silent. Perhaps it was my own remorse reflecting back, but the purity in his gaze seemed to accuse us both. Adam, we need to talk about this. As the initial shock faded, a desperate need for answers surged within me, and I found my voice steadying. What does this mean for us? With a simple nod, he pulled me close, wrapping his arms round me, shielding me from the world. But little did I know, the warmth would soon turn to ice. We've stepped into a world of uncertainty together, hearts racing with hope and fear. Our bond is fragile, teetering on the edge of love and heartbreak. The next conversation was raw, filled with promises that felt fragile and confessions that cut deep. Adam revealed his desire to shatter the monotony and explore our connection in ways that felt daring, perhaps even forbidden. As I listened, a heavy ache settled in my chest, each word peeling back the layers of our bond, exposing the raw, uncharted depths of betrayal. Adam, what happened to the trust I fought for? Just to understand the fragile ground beneath us, can we bring it back just once more? His gaze cut through me, heavy with unspoken words. Lily, trust cuts deeper than mere loyalty, revealing our deepest secrets. Even the shadows we hide is what we strive for. That was our night. Can we bear this pain and grow from it? As the night deepened, our conversation turned to the tangled web of love and longing, revealing the painful truths of our choices. We talked about limits, the importance of truth, and how this moment could either bring us closer or tear us apart. As the first light of dawn crept into our room, I felt a shift within me, a bittersweet awakening. The act had sparked something unexpected, twisting Adam's intentions into a painful reality. It wasn't about the jolt of surprise to reignite lost love. It meant confronting our deepest yearnings and fears directly. Adam, I can't do this right now. I need to face the truth of what this really means for both of us. I finally spoke, my voice a mix of firmness and tenderness, with a soft promise that we would face this journey side by side. He tightened his grip on my hand, sealing our fate. Lily, let's take it slow, one fragile step at a time, forever intertwined. Or so we thought. The days that followed were filled with heartache and a desperate search for understanding. We shared a silent agreement to tread carefully through the shifting tides of our connection, a tension that lingered in every moment we spent together. We faced the truth of that moment, unraveling the pain and secrets that led us here, our sessions. Adam and I found ourselves navigating a fragile path, trying to mend the pieces of trust that had shattered between us. What once felt like love now seemed tainted, and the camera that captured our moment of disbelief stood as a silent witness to a boundary we had crossed, forever altering our connection. As I sit here now, notepad in hand, I realized that what we shared was more than just a fleeting moment. It was a painful journey through our hearts, revealing the raw scars of trust and the ache of betrayal. The shock of that night forged a deeper, more complicated connection between us. We've come to realize that love transcends fleeting passion and mundane habits. It's about facing the rawness of our desires, emerging from the shadows, forever changed, yet somehow still whole. What once felt ordinary has transformed into a tangled web of emotions, binding us together with a secret that reveals the depths of our connection. Even as shadows of doubt linger, Adam's peculiar demands that night and our journey through the aftermath weave a tale of tangled emotions, the lengths we go to for love, and the unforeseen paths that can lead to heartache and a new kind of connection. The morning that followed was filled with a silence that screamed of unspoken pain. I couldn't bear to hear Adam attempt to rationalize, to find some way to make sense of it all. The act had torn us apart, leaving wounds that words could never mend. Instead of drawing us nearer, I spoke with a chill in my voice. I can't go on like this, Adam. The weight of what happened and what you wanted is more than I can bear. His eyes held a haunting blend of confusion and sorrow as they locked onto mine. He whispered, his voice trembling, I thought it might help us, but the meaning slipped away, leaving only confusion and hurt. I walked away from everything we built together, leaving behind the memories and the puppy who had unknowingly become a symbol of our fractured love. As I gathered my things, I glanced back at Rex as I walked away, his innocent face betraying no hint of the storm that had raged around him. Our love story ended the moment I walked away, leaving behind memories that haunt me, yet forgiveness remains out of reach. After parting ways with Adam and the haunting echoes of that night, what would Lily's life become? The early moments were a whirlwind of emotions, a chaotic blend of freedom and sorrow, joy and remorse. The memories of what we once had would finally fade from the corners of the small flat I called home. Far away from you, this silence was a heavy ache, a void filled with unspoken words.